Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Trillium Tarot. This is Stephanie, as always, and I am going to be flipping through the 5-cent tarot deck. Now, when I purchased this deck, I did go ahead and I also ordered the coin for the yes, no, and I figured that would be a good little item of interest to have sitting next to the cards. I always like to have something there. Now, when you order your deck of cards, you will have the option of the color of the back of the card. And you frequently have the option of how you want the foil, what you want the foil on the card to look like. So you can personalize your deck. Please do, by the way, before I dive into this deck, please do give the video a thumbs up because it really does help the channel. Apparently the YouTube algorithm looks for interaction between the presenter and the viewers. So if you could give it a thumbs up, maybe leave a comment below the chat or below the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Now these decks are very busy and they're very unusual. So they're not going to be the traditional Rider-Waite Smith imagery. Looks like my cat was playing with this document camera the other day, and I think she loosened something because it doesn't stay where I want it to stay anymore. So I'm going to have words with her. Now this deck, obviously I'm starting with the Fool, and the deck is upright, so it has a keyword at the top. But if you read reversals, there is also a keyword if the card was reversed or upside down. So you'll notice that on all of these cards, and there are keywords listed around the image in the center. But just check these out. They're very busy is the best word that I can come up with. I can't even come up with a great description of the style of this deck. By the way, something else that you get to personalize as you are ordering this deck is you can choose. There are a couple of different color options for the storage bag, and I happened to get the one that is kind of the brownish color. Well, that's upside down, but I think there's also a gold option. And then the coin came in a little burgundy or maroon bag that goes along with the yes color. So it's a fun little deck. There's a lot to look at in these images, though. And this is just in the major arcana, mind you. Once you get to the minor arcana, you'll see that the suits have different names, more than instead of the traditional swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. So we've come to the end of the regular major arcana. You can card number 21 there. Now this deck comes with some extra cards in the major arcana. So this is it's kind of hard to see underneath that, but this is card number 22, which is the unknown. 23 is the beyond. 24 is the universe. And finally, 25 is the messenger. So it's up to you if you want to leave those cards in the deck and use them, or if you prefer to take them out and just use the regular 78 cards that we're used to in a tarot deck. So for the suit of swords, it is, in this deck, it is the suit of needles, which makes sense because, swords have a sharp edge and are designed for cutting or piercing. And needles, it makes sense. It has that sharp point. It serves the purpose. It penetrates the fabric and draws the string behind it. So I can see that being a good association. The page is a rooster. The knight. So far, I think all of the ones, nope, that just shot that theory. I was about to say it looks like all the needle cards are birds, but nope, the King of Needles proves differently. Next, we have the suit of wands represented by matches. And again, I can see this easily as an aligned suit because wands correspond with the element of fire, which makes sense why matches would be indicated here. Here's another bird. This next one looks like, I was initially going to say somebody fishing, but it's an ant or something. Interesting. Knight is the horse, of course. Queen, and finally the king. So we'll move these guys out of the way, and just for giggles, I'm going to flip my coin over. Next we have the suit of cups, and it is called cups in this deck. So I'll just go ahead and quickly fly through these. I want to give my camera enough time to focus because these cards are so busy and they have so much imagery on them. I have seen this deck used with readers on YouTube, and it was very interesting to me. But I only saw a few cards because they only used it for a couple of readings. And the more that I look at these cards, the more stuff there is to see. So if you are into like minimalism, this might not be the best deck for you. The last suit, instead of the suit of pentacles, we have the suit of buttons. Round shape, the same as the traditional pentacle description, or coins or discs. So that makes sense. Sometimes some decks rename their suits in a way that is really confusing and is really hard to remember. But this deck, even though it uses alternate names for the suits, for the minor arcana, it does make sense if you think about it just for a second. So that leads me to the end of this deck. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and I'm very grateful that you took the time to do so. As a reminder, please do give the video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help me a lot. I will include the link to this deck in the description below the video, so you have a place to start for tracking it down if you decide you want to purchase the deck. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to the next video.